Welcome to Krendar's Adventures. Now, I'm going to do the same thing I did with Dark Souls 1, where the main opening cinematic, not this one here, this is just short after cinematic, but there's a big long cinematic before this one. But because it's so long, I decided to skip it. But I'm going to put a link to somebody else's video that's just the cinematic down below in the description of this video. Feel free to give that a click if you want to watch the actual intro to this game. For anybody who's not interested in doing that, then I'll just tell you briefly about it. Basically what happens is you're talking to this really old woman who looks like a wise woman or a witch or something like that. She's wearing the red robes that we have seen being worn by the Firekeepers in the first game. And she's telling us about this ancient land called Drangleic, and how one day we will find ourselves entering Drangleic and not quite knowing why. And then there's the scene of our character traveling to this dock. There's all these fireflies, and then the water forms into this big whirlpool suddenly. The fireflies are all drawn in. It seems to be some sort of mental compulsion because they all go in as a swarm, even though it's probably suicidal. And then our character walks into it as well and falls in. And then we wake up here with practically no health bar, no stamina bar, no equipment. Feeling very vulnerable. And only one clear way to go. And this place is called Things Betwixt. So it's like a gateway between realms or something, it seems like. Now, I've seen some videos elsewhere that seem to imply that this game actually takes place in the past of where we came from. So the whirlpool that we jumped into was some sort of time vortex or something. But I don't know how far in the past. I don't know what the time frame is between Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2. Though I think it's a very long time between. Like, this is still in the future after Dark Souls 1. I don't know. Anyways, let's get this little scene going here.
What seems to be the ruckus?
They all look like Firekeepers as well.
Oh my, your face.
How did she even see our face?
The face of the curse.
She's not even looking at us.
It's an undead. An undead has come to play. They all end up here. All the ones like you.
Anyway, I like her though. She's
Spoke
amusing.
to that kind old dear, didn't you?
The lady from the cinematic I mentioned.
You're finished. You'll go hollow. Yes, you'll become one of them.
Hollows prey upon men. Feast upon their souls. This is the fate of the cursed.
What's so funny, huh? Huh?
What is your name?
I don't know. This is how we do character creation. Now, just for giggles, I played a male character in the first game. I think I'll play a female character this time. But I'm going to go for a similar build, dexterity build. Whoops. I always do that. There we go. Yes.
At least you know your own name. Here's your reward for sharing. It's a human effigy.
Take a closer look. Who do you think it's supposed to be?
Think back, deep into your past. Yes, it's an effigy of you.
So human effigies are the replacement for humanity items that we had in the first game. Humanity points does not exist in this game. Okay. Now, like I said, I still want to go for Dex build, but they have a new mechanic in this game that allows for proper dual wielding. Technically, you could put a weapon in each hand in the first game, but there's no benefit to doing it. You can only swing one at a time. So, I mean, other than the benefits of having two different weapon types available at an instant, there was no actual benefit otherwise. But in this game, if you dual wield two of the same weapon at the same time, or the same class of weapon, like two daggers or two short swords or something, then you can do special attack routines with both of them. So I want to try that out because I've never done it. But it sounds interesting. Okay, so we're going to want a highest dexterity I can start with, which looks like swordsman. Okay. Now the gifts are much different than they were before. I'm going to go with petrified something, because you can trade this in for something useful. Whereas most of the rest of this stuff is meh. Now, body, gender, go female, like I said. Actually, that build looks about right. Something lean and quick. I can actually see my face very often anyways, but might as well go for something at least somewhat pleasant, just in case. I'm not terribly excited with most of these hairstyles. What the hell? Super red. And eyes of green. Whoa, that's creepy green. That's like glowing. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, that's fine. Any advanced settings? Yeah, I don't really care about that. Excuse me. Okay, let's finalize that. Sure, let's go with that.
All people come here for the same reason. To break the curse. You're no different, I should think. Doesn't stand a chance. Well, you never know.
Even though they're rude and condescending, I don't know. I like these ladies. They've got an amusing sense of humor about them.
And trot along to the kingdom. But remember, hold on to your souls. They're all that keep you from going hollow. Oh, I'll fool you no longer.
Time to break.
You lose your souls.
Breaking the fourth wall.
All of them. Over and over again.
Except not really, because it's in character. I don't know what's with the zoomed in old woman lips camera, but it's I don't know. It's a thing, I guess. She's right, though, of course. If you watched Dark Souls 1... By the way, if you're seeing this video and you haven't watched any of my Dark Souls 1's videos, I do have a full playlist where I go through the entire game. I'd recommend taking a look at that. Okay, those keys I just got are for the DLC areas. So they won't be of any use to us just yet. So apparently as a swordsman they started me out dual wielding, which is nice. Let's see. Curved sword, straight sword. Can I still... They call it power stance. Let's see. No, wait, that's not... No. I can't power stance these because they're not the same... They're not the same type. Okay. Well, we'll just move along then. Oops, that's the front door. There's some stuff to get out there, but it includes fighting a really large enemy that I don't want to fight right now. So I'll do that later. Did I get my torches? No, I think that's what's over here. Yeah. Okay, so they have torches, which is a new thing in this game. And these are the tutorial messages. They don't look like player messages anymore. So we can light a torch. We've got 5 minutes worth of torches. Each torch you pick up is worth 5 minutes. And then I can light these along the way. This doesn't actually do anything, it just looks cool. So, put that away. Now this is really just a tutorial area. So strictly speaking, I don't really need it. But I do want some of the items that are in here, like there's a dagger at one point, and if I can get 2 daggers, then I can dual wield those. And that'll be nice. Might as well two-hand this thing for now. So if you have seen Dark Souls 1, you'll notice this game is a lot prettier. Not only is it prettier, but it runs at a better frame rate as well. And there's a lot of systems about it that are different. They changed the stats system around quite a bit, and the equipment around quite a bit. Now you might notice a little red bar underneath the sword I'm using, which is slowly depleting. That's the durability of the weapon. They show it to you there because weapons break a lot more easily in this game. But they're automatically repaired for free whenever you rest at a bonfire. So you only need to go to a blacksmith for paid repairs when you actually deplete your durability completely and break the item. Anything short of that, you can do just the bonfire will do. So here's the equivalent of Snuggly the Crow, and this is why I wanted this. If we leave it here, and then we'll be given something back when we log back in. There's a lot of extra loading screens here that weren't in the first game, which is a little annoying, but you might also notice that the levels of my characters are a lot higher than they were in the first game, but that's because leveling is different, a little different. White ring.
Give us more.
I don't remember what that does. It's the white ring. Oh yeah, no, that's useless, but I can sell it for later. So we have 4 ring slots and 3 weapon slots for each hand now, and 10 quick item slots rather than 5. Also, as I was mentioning, the leveling system is different in the sense that... Oh, hang on. I should go through this door. The leveling system is different in that it's a lot cheaper to level up now. You can level up a lot faster, but because the cost for leveling up doesn't escalate as fast as it used to. But that's because there's more stats in this game. They split a few things up. So you're gonna have to level up more different stats. And now you can sprint up ladders and drop off them entirely. Or slide down them, as before. Let me show you what I mean about stats. So now we have Vigor, Endurance, and Vitality, whereas before we just had Endurance and Vitality. Vigor is what Vitality used to be. It just gives you health. Actually, it affects a few other things too. Endurance is your stamina bar, and Vitality is your equipment load. So they split those into two separate things. And now we have Adaptability, Intelligence, Faith. Actually, I think that's the only stat they split up, but still. You do need to do more stuff with these things. You can't just boost your stamina bar and your equipment load at the same time like you used to be able to. What's in here? Okay, that's the same thing it used to be. Lets you invade other players. I don't feel like doing that. Though I did win my first PvP match ever last night when I was playing my strength character off camera. Somebody invaded me as I was on my way to fight Great Wolf Sif. So I destroyed that guy. I can't brag about it too much though, because he just kind of sucked, to be honest with you. But a win's a win, and it's my first win, and I'll be happy about it. And you can't stop me. Ow. Thankfully I got some decent armor on this character. I better use a life gem. So their life gems are slow healing over time and they're consumable, but we don't have an Estus flask yet. So these are the only option we've got right now. Also, the Estus Flask itself works differently than it used to. It's technically also healing over time, but it heals a lot faster than the Life Gem. But it's not quite as instantaneous as the Estus Flask in the first game was. Also, how we get more charges for it and how we improve it has changed as well. So getting more charges for the Estus Flask is based on item pickups now. So how many charges we have on our flask won't depend on anything to do with bonfires anymore. It'll be a slower progression, but it'll be consistent. I don't know why there's always so many messages here. Everybody's always talking about there being traps ahead and all that nonsense, but sometimes I see messages about be wary of boss, but there never is. It's just a lot of trolls. Now, if anybody's played Demon Souls, this is like similar to that in the sense that we have a hub area, which Dark Souls never had. I mean, it had the Firelink Shrine, but where some NPCs would congregate, but it wasn't quite the same. Plus, we can't use bonfires to spend souls anymore. We have to talk to a specific NPC like you did in Demon Souls. Which I find to be a little bit of a pain in the neck, but oh well. It's not so bad because you can use you can warp between bonfires anywhere in the game now. In Dark Souls 1 you had to get halfway through the game before you could do that. And you could only warp between specific bonfires, whereas this one you can do it any bonfire to any other bonfire right from the game.
Are you the next monarch? Or merely a pawn of fate? Bearer of the curse, I will remain by your side till this frail hope shatters. Take this with you. May it ease your journey.
That's this
Go on and
flask.
see the king. He who made Drangleic what it once was. He who peered at the essence of the soul. King Vendrick. Bearer of the curse, seek misery. For misery will lead you to greater, stronger souls.
Oh. Looks like somebody died
You
here.
will never meet the king with a soul so frail and pallid. Seek those whose names are unutterable. The four endowed with immense souls.
Four
Their
Lord Souls again.
will serve as beacons. Once you have found them, return here to me, so that hope will not fade away.
So, let's see how this person died. Wait. Where are you? Why are there so many bloodstains here? And why am I not... There we go. Bye. I don't know why so many people jump off these cliffs.
Bearer of... Seek souls. Seek the king, lest this land swallow.
Okay. So what we need to do is find Estus flask shards, and then she can upgrade our flask for us. And she can do our level ups for us. So it tells you what it affects here, which is nice. Sometimes you get extra things, sometimes you don't. One big difference is your physical defenses don't necessarily go up with these level ups like they used to do before, so that's always going to be different. What do I want to bring up? How about... Well, I can't afford anything right now anyways, so I don't need to decide yet. Okay. Estus Flask goes here. I'll put life gems here. Time to explore the town. What time is it? Okay.
You're undead, aren't you? You have that distinct scent, the smell of irreversible fate.
What does that smell like?
This is Majula.
Smells like undead, I guess.
It is a kind of settlement. A place where life is almost normal. And in Drangleic these days, there are very few places like that. I am Solden. And like you, I lost everything. And now I'm here. You probably heard that it was possible to break the curse here. Well, that's not true at all. There's nothing here for you, me, or anybody. Do you know much about souls? Even I'm not certain, but I'm told that the soul is the essence of life itself. Anything living, sentient or no, supposedly has one. What we call the curse is traceable to the soul. Do you see what that means? To be alive, to walk this earth. That's the real curse, right there. We undead will never die. And that's quite a predicament, really. There are 4 beings in this land with giant souls. And wherever you go from here, you'll sooner or later come up against them. Each has a powerful soul and a terrible curse. If that frightens you, then you ought to just give up right now, like I have. Do you ever cry out for help? The journey of an undead is long and treacherous. You'll face invaders from other worlds at every turn. If you need help, why not proclaim faith in the Blue Sentinels? When you face danger, the Blue Sentinels will come to your aid. Protection is yours, if you wish. You need only accept their kind embrace.
Yes, I will. Honestly, I think this is the only covenant really worth joining.
That is a wise decision. People are weak, but the Blue Sentinels watch over us in their benevolence. Let the Sentinels cradle you in their embrace.
So, what they do is, if you get invaded by another player, there's a chance that a member of the Blue Sentinels will also show up to help defend you. So it's kind of like the Sun Bros in a way, except it's more defense-oriented rather than cooperative against enemies-oriented. Or cooperative against bosses-oriented, I should say. Anyway, I'll leave that here. Thanks for joining me for the beginning of Dark Souls 2. Join me next time. We will finish down and get to questing. See you later.